Hello learners, welcome back to the channel Economics at Ease, and we have completed the chapter Aggregate Demand and Related Concepts of Macroeconomics. Okay, and very quickly we are going to do the summary part. Okay, though the chapter is very lengthy, but still I have made the slides. I have explained each and every topic that is the important topic. Okay, you can go through the previous videos, but today we are going to do the summary part. Very quickly, I'm going to just give you a recap here. Aggregate demand and related concepts, that is, the aggregate demand can be called as a aggregate expenditure, because whatever the total demand, it is the total expenditure. Okay, now aggregate demand has two components, that is C plus I, that is consumption and investment. Okay, so it is a function of only consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. And meaning of aggregate demand I have already told you here, and it is also been described here. Now the components of aggregate demand, that is, we have there the expenditure method and national income, the same components, but we are considering only two sector model. So that's why we only assume that is consumption and investment here. Okay, that is the household and the firms. Now, important points about AD, that is AD is the positive curve, upward sloping curve. And here, positive consumption income is zero. Okay, even the income is zero, the consumption is positive, because when the income is zero, we never escape the consumption. Okay, we start the consuming, we still consume the basic needs. Okay, with the help of the past savings. Okay, the consumption curve slopes upward, and slope of autonomous investment curve is parallel to x-axis. That is, we are assuming that investment is going to be autonomous, that is the constant or same. Okay, now here with the help of the diagram here, we can easily just conclude these points, okay, in order to explain that. And with the help of this table, okay, we are going to consider this table in the whole chapter. Okay, means इसके जो आपके digits हैं, जो आपके numbers हैं, figures हैं, it will not change in the whole chapter. Okay, so we are assuming income as 0, 100 and 200 and so on, with a difference of 100, and consumption is going to increase by 80. Okay, that is 40 we are assuming, then 80 add on karte chale jayenge. Investment is constant, is autonomous. Okay, so it will be 20, and AD, to derive AD we have to add C plus I, that is consumption plus investment. We can get this, and this is the whole diagram. Okay, now come to the next point, that is aggregate supply. Aggregate supply is is what, that is simply a planned production desired output. It does not refer to actual output. Okay, so aggregate supply, we can say it also as a national income. Okay, now the meaning is already given, and the two components are consumption plus saving. That is, either the income is consumed or saved. Okay, so it is on this assumption. Now income is measured on the x-axis, and consumption and ऑन वाई एक्सिस, सिंपल 45 डिग्री लाइन, दैट इज सप्लाई कर्व जैसे आप बनाते थे वैसे ही आप इनकम का बना देंगे, वाई और ए एस, दैट इज नेशनल इनकम और एग्रीगेट सप्लाई. देन द टेबल इज सेम हियर, बट whatever the income is there, income में से जो आपने कंज्यूम कर लिया है ना, whatever is left we save it. Okay, we usually save it. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल 100 की मेरी इनकम है, तो हम कंजम्पशन कर देंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल 80 मैंने पैसे खर्च कर दिए, 20 rupees is left, that 20 is the saving. Okay, now with the help of this table we can just easily see that when income is less than consumption, then it is a condition of dissaving. Okay, in the next part we are going to discuss that. And when the income and consumption is equal, then it is then the saving is zero. And when income is more than consumption, then there is a positive saving. Now we can see with the help of this, okay, the diagram, that is the table I have told you, the same table is there. Okay, this saving and saving and this. Okay, so now consumption function, now propensity to consume, that is how much we are able to consume from the income. Okay, that is the functional relationship between the consumption and income. Okay, it shows this. Then the what I was telling you, that is when income is you can say the less than consumption, then it is a condition of dissaving. Okay, and when income and consumption, you can say they are equal, it is a condition of break-even point, but the saving is zero. Okay, and when income is more than consumption, it is a condition of you can say the positive saving. Okay, so this is already told, and I've explained each and everything in the previous videos. Now here we were discussing about propensity to consume. Now propensity to consume is of two types, that is APC and MPC. APC, that means average propensity to consume. Okay, the full form, and it is average means consumption upon income. Okay, now here we have the example also, and These are the important points of APC. You can go through that. It is APC can be more than 1, APC can be equivalent to 1, and APC is less than 1. What are the conditions? I've explained each and everything with the help of the numerical also. And APC falls with the increased income. With the help of this table, you can easily see that as the income increases, APC also increases. APC falls with the increase in income. Okay, then APC can never be zero because of the autonomous consumption, right? Now, MPC is refers to the ratio of change in consumption expenditure, change in total income. It means change in consumption with the change in income. Okay, and then the rest of the things, that is important points about MPC. Value of MPC varies between 0 and 1. MPC of poor is more than that of rich, and MPC falls with a successive increase in income. Each and everything has been means explained very well in the previous videos. In the videos, please just go through that. Okay, in the summary part, I'm just going to just complete give you a recap so that you can just easily prepare yourself for the last minute revision for your exams. Okay, now saving function, similarly consumption function, saving function also have has two, you can say, the types, that is APS and MPS. Okay. Now, first we're going to discuss the saving function. Saving function is it states the relationship of the income with the saving. Okay. Now, how much the people are saving from the income as the income increases. Okay. What happens to the consumption and what happens to the saving? We are going to discuss that. Measurement we have already seen, that is the saving is taken on the y-axis and income is on the x-axis. Okay. Now, the income when the savings are negative, we are going to start it from the negative side because it is of the autonomous consumption is here. Okay, and as the income increases, okay, the saving also increases, but the point where the income is equivalent to consumption, 200 200, okay, it is equivalent, so so saving will be zero. That is the break even point. Okay, you should know the break even point of the saving function and the consumption function, right? Now, APS, again, it is the ratio of saving to the corresponding level of income. Okay, now the important points about APS. APS can never be 1 or more than 1, then APS can be 0. APS can be negative or less than 1. APS rises with with the increase in incomes. Okay, so you can just zoom it and then go through the points. Then MPS, similarly, here it is a ratio of change in saving to change in total income, and it varies between 0 and 1, right? Now, this is the main important consumption function and saving function diagrams. You can go through it and you can see here break-even point also, okay? The break-even point of consumption curve and break-even point of saving curve, okay? Now, the next is here relationship between APC and APS. Okay, it's very important, can come in MCQs also, that how you can say APC and APS equals to 1 and MPC plus MPS equals to 1. Okay, the sum of APC and APS is 1 and sum of MPC and MPS is 1. So we have just given you the explanation in the previous video. The difference between APC and MPC already discussed, APS and MPS already discussed, and values are also being given. Okay. Now, derivation of saving curve from consumption curve. First of all, we are going to make a consumption curve. Okay, then consumption curve is what? That is 45-degree. That is Y. And consumption curve always starts, okay, from here because this part is autonomous consumption. Okay, even if there is no income, but still we are consuming. Okay, जहाँ पे the point at which the income and consumption is same. Okay, income and consumption intersect. That is the break-even point, and here the saving is zero. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to draw a diagram here just below this diagram. And saving आपकी कहाँ से start होती है? Negative से start होती है, right? Minus आपने 40 याद रखा होगा. So what we will do, we will start the S point here. That is the saving curve from the negative side, and where it cuts. Okay, जहाँ पे ये intersect करेगा with the x-axis, that is the zero level. Okay, ये zero है ना? So saving is going to be zero. So in this way, you can derive the saving curve from the consumption curve. Okay, and the rest of the things have been explained here very well. You can go through that. Now, the most important points or topics we have already discussed. Now, you should know the meaning of these. Okay, that is the investment function. Investment function means that is whatever the creation of new capital expenditure, the capital assets you have created. Okay, and you have done the expenditure. Okay, to increase the productive capacity of a economy. It can be classified under two heads, that is induced and autonomous investment. Induced investment for the profit motive and autonomous for the social welfare. Induced investment by the private sector, autonomous investment by the government sector, right? Then it is income elastic, that is increases with the increase in income, and vice versa. whereas autonomous unaffected by change in income. Then it induced investment, the curve slopes upward because with the change in income, okay, that is a direct relationship, okay, and autonomous, it is unaffected with the change in income, so it will be like this parallel to x-axis, okay. Then X ain't and X saving and X ain't investment. X ain't means planned or expected. Okay. Then X post means actual, whatever the actual saving we have made. Okay. Then, sorry, here, meaning of full employment, frictional and structural, labor force, voluntary and involuntary. Okay. So all these you just have to go through it.